So my story begins with me and my best friend, Dario. We've known each other actually since we made our first steps on this planet. And we wanted to meet just to have a relaxed evening. But it turned out different than expected. We just wanted to watch a movie, have some pizza, and we thought, why not watch a documentary? Why not find out how the clothes we're wearing are made? And as the pizza was finished, and the last scenes of the movie ended, and the sun was slowly rising on the horizon, we were so shattered. We were so hopeless because we had just seen how our daily consumption ruins the lives of the people behind our product. And we felt so small, we thought there was nothing we could do, that in this very moment we decided never to have children. We were 14 years old, and today we're a little more relaxed. But still, this feeling that there's something wrong with our consumption, the way we treat the people behind our product and the natural resources, this feeling stick with us. I was very lucky. I could travel this planet a lot. I lived in Argentina for a year. I gave speeches in Malaysia. I traveled through India. But there was one experience that really stuck with me. And it was the central market of Marrakech, the Medina. Because if you have ever been in this magical place, and you've smelled the spices from all around the world, if you've ever heard the thousands of voices praying and bargaining and singing and chatting and laughing, if you've ever seen the magical colors of the spices and the carpets, you just fall in love with it. And as you go through the small streets, you can actually see the people crafting the products, the carpets and the lamps. You get a small glimpse of their world, of their life, and of their work. And buying something is so very different from a supermarket in Berlin, where everything just ends with a beep. The first thing you do when you buy a product is you sit down and have a cup of tea. And then the shop owner will tell you this story of his entire life, where he grew up, how his family is doing, where his wife is from, and then he will tell you everything about the product, the story, and how it was made, the history, the entire history of this product ever. And then, and that's really interesting to me, you understand that there are no fixed prices on this market. You yourself decide how much the product is worth for you. And then you decide who of the both sides needs the money more. And this impression I took back to Berlin. Dario directly dragged me to a demonstration against Primark. Because we thought, yeah, thank you. Because for us, it was the symbol of fast fashion consuming without even thinking about it. It was the first Primark ever to open in Germany, in Berlin. And it was quite a funny picture, actually, because on the one side, there was these masses of people all waiting for the countdown to end, for the doors to open and to sweep in, to flood in and grab everything, shirts that are worth less than a cup of coffee. And on the other side, there was us, some 15 students with long hair and guitars, trying to convince them to change something about their life. And it might not be surprising to you, but it was very surprising to us. They didn't even look at us. So, in this moment, Dario and I, we were so hopeless again, because we had really did everything to convince these people to change something, in their lives and their consumption. And as we sat there, and we're 14-year-old boys again, we thought, no, we're not going to give up this easy. Maybe it is not our task to tell the people how to live their lives, what's going wrong in this world. Maybe our task is to listen first, to talk to the people and try to understand them. And that's what we did. We crossed the sides, and we asked the people, why do you buy here? Well, there's not a lot of affordable alternatives. Okay. Do you know anything about how this product is made, how the people behind the product live? No clue, never thought about it. How do you feel when I tell you that only 1% of the price you pay actually goes to the people behind the product? Well, if I could make sure that the money actually goes to the people, I would pay more. And this idea stuck with me. So a few days later, as I was sitting in a cafe and paying the bill and tipping the waiter, I thought, why can I only tip the waiter? What if I could give the money on in the supply chain? What if I could tip the people that plucked my coffee, the very coffee farmers? And I fell in love with this idea. And I'm so very proud to stand on this stage and say that from this very moment, I've worked days and nights with an amazing team to make this become reality. We of Tip Me are trying to establish the global tip. Imagine you could tip those that made your product. The next time you buy coffee, you tip those that plucked it. Because we think that the first pillar for a fair globalization is not only to tell people what's going wrong in the world, it's giving people the opportunity to make a difference. The obvious question here is, how do we create transparency? How can we make sure that money actually goes to the people that it belongs to? How do we even know who are the people? The companies themselves, they don't know. That's part of the problem, right? I've struggled with this quite a long time, and happily, I've found out that there are a lot of people that are smarter than me. For example, there's the amazing startup called Everllege. They've been able to trace down the entire supply chain of a diamond, from the mine to the jewelry store. They can trace down every single hand it has gone through. And actually, I don't own any diamonds, and I don't know if I ever will. But if I do, I want this symbol of love not to spark conflict or even war in another region. And we're seeing the same thing happen with coffee, with fruits, and with fish. Because we believe that the second pillar for a fair globalization is transparency. And a beautiful side effect of this is that for the first time, we, the consumers, actually understand the entire journey of a product. This shirt I'm wearing here has probably seen more of the world than myself. Statistics say that this shirt has been through 140 stops before it reached my shelf. I'm actually quite jealous of my shirt right now. So maybe we should keep that in mind the next time we buy something, if we really need it. But I still think that's not enough. We can give people transparency. We can give people the option of doing the right thing, of making a difference. But we're still not living on the Medina. We cannot sit down for a chai with everybody that made the shirt. I don't know about you guys, but I know what my friends had for breakfast this morning. Because of social media, I know when they graduated high school, they show me where they've been on vacation. I know their entire life. And even people I have never met, I have the feeling I kind of know them. Pop stars and founders and activists, they carry me around in their pockets. And every time they share a valuable moment of their life and their work, I actually have the feeling I really understand them. And if that's possible for pop stars, why shouldn't it be possible for the people that made your product? Because even the people in Pakistan of my age, picking cotton, they have smartphones and they're on social media. I'm so happy to stand here right now and to do my part to make this globalization a fair one. Meanwhile, Dario's studying in Lima how to live a sustainable life in the 21st century. And I've been trying really hard. I've been working on this talk for months now. And I've been trying really hard to find a beautiful ending with nice rhetorics and a beautiful picture I can draw. I couldn't find one, so I think what's best is just I talk from my heart. And I tell you that I just think we can do this. I just think we can make this globalization a fair one. We can make the next century amazing. We can make the next century a century where I can proudly put my children in. We can make the next century, I believe, the most beautiful in human history, and more importantly, not the last. Thank you.